In today's fast-paced world, the fashion industry has taken center stage, with trends constantly evolving and new clothing hitting the shelves at an unprecedented rate. But have you ever wondered what happens to all those garments that are discarded or go out of fashion? In the United Kingdom alone, thousands of tons of clothing end up in landfill sites each year, causing significant environmental and social impacts. These landfills, bursting with textiles, contribute to pollution, waste valuable resources, and perpetuate a cycle of unsustainable consumption. But amidst this gloomy reality, there is hope. The UK's efforts to tackle the clothing waste crisis have given rise to innovative solutions, notably the recycling of clothing. United Kingdom hosted a Textile Institute World Conference, where leaders from across the globe gather to address the pressing issue of sustainability in the textile and fashion supply chain. Adam Mansell, CEO of UKFT, deliver his thought-provoking remarks.
Yes. Hi, I'm Adam Mansell. I'm the Chief Exec of the UK Fashion and Textile Association. UKFT are involved in all sorts of parts of the industry, but one of the key drivers for us is around delivering circularity for the industry, and specifically for the UK industry. We're leading on a whole series of projects that brings together academia and industry partners to try and drive circularity. One of the key ones of those is a new project to look at how we can collect non-recyclable textiles, pre-process them as a useful feedstock into the recycling industry, and that in turn should help drive circularity. We're also involved in legislation changes, in technology changes and innovation changes, working with universities and university students to help embed sustainability in curricula. But we're trying to do all that in a meaningful way, in a way that will change the dial, that isn't just about nice words, but is about practicalities and is driven by economics as much as it is driven by the need to change and to protect the planet that we all live on.
Zero carbon means eliminating greenhouse gas emissions throughout the entire supply chain. From sustainable sourcing of raw materials to energy-efficient manufacturing processes, we can significantly reduce our carbon footprint. It's time to embrace renewable energy sources, adopt cleaner production technologies, and promote circularity. Professor Richard Murray, chairman of the Publication Committee TTI, express his remarks on it.
This conference is about textiles and sustainability in the widest sense, really. It's very easy to think that sustainability is something that eccentrics pursue, and that there's something strange about what they're trying to achieve. But the fact is, textile products cause the emission of substantial amounts of greenhouse gases and a whole host of landfill. And these things at some point have to stop. What we're interested in, I would suggest, is either to cut back on use or to ensure the reusability wherever it's possible to do. Because through reuse you can cut up to 90% of the emissions that would currently made. What we're looking forward to in this conference is to hear about what sort of progress is being made in various aspects of textiles production and research and development. As far as we're concerned, the sooner that they achieve what's required, the better, because the targets that have been set are very short.
The University of Huddersfield's commitment to driving a zero-carbon, zero-waste supply chain is revolutionizing the UK fashion industry. Through research, education, collaboration, and impactful initiatives, the university is shaping the future of fashion by instilling sustainability as a core value. Elizabeth Fox, past president of the Textile Institute, expressed her thoughts about sustainability.
The attitude towards sustainability has changed so much over the last 10-15 years, but it's also changed enormously during the COVID pandemic. When we all had to stay at home, we couldn't go out and shop, and we had to find as much as we could close to home. So there's been enormous impact from the pandemic. A lot of shops have suffered. There's more buying online, and I worry particularly about the number of items that are bought online and then they're not worn, they're not recycled, they probably just get dumped, and that's a negative part of how our shopping habits have changed over the last 3 years or so. On the other hand, I think there's more interest in sourcing materials and finished products from closer to home to try to reduce the impact of clothing and textile manufacture by cutting back on the amount of transport, air transport, sea transport, all forms of transport. Now, there's always going to be, for obvious reasons, always going to be transport involved, particularly I would hope sea transport, especially for sourcing raw materials. But it would be nice to think that more could be manufactured in or closer to the countries where the garments, finished garments or finished textiles, could be medical textiles, could be anything, where they're actually going to be used.